Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. Edie Mnangagwa, Your Excellency, the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Investment Promotion, Professor Muthuli Nkube, Your Excellency, the Undersecretary of the United Nations and Executive Secretary of UNECA, Mr. Clever Gatete, Your Excellency, Dr. Monique, the Deputy Chair of the African Union Commission, Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and our invited guests, including our keynote speakers, amongst them Dr. Miyaka James. Your Excellencies, you'll allow me to stand on the existing protocol because of the time that we do not have. I bring you greetings and apologies from Honorable Dr. Matia Kasaija, the Minister of Finance of Uganda, and also the outgoing chair of the Bureau, and would like to welcome you to the 56th session of this very important conference of the Ministers of Finance, Planning, and Economic Development in this very beautiful city of Victoria Falls. I extend my sincere gratitude to the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the beautiful people for graciously welcoming us and hosting this very important gathering. As we gather today, we are armed with the insights and recommendations stemming from the recent 42nd session of the Committee of Experts. Our discussions were robust and insightful, yielding valuable recommendations to address the pressing challenges facing our beautiful continent of Africa. We moved engaging in profound discussions. We dissected the challenges. We looked at the opportunities and actionable strategies to move us forward. It is my pleasure, Your Excellencies, to share that we witnessed a remarkable turnout of over 32 countries represented at very high level. May I also report that we had almost 215 delegates. This is indeed a heavy harvest of ideas and actions for this year. Your Excellency, our theme on financing the transition to inclusive green economies in Africa could not be any timely. It is evident from our discussions with the experts that Africa stands at a very critical juncture, grappling with issues ranging from the food insecurity and adverse impact of climate change. Throughout the deliberations in the experts committee, we navigated complex issues under the theme that is on the table. Imperatives that we think it is not something that we should put under our carpets. Your Excellency, the discussions were collaborative and we reached consensus. From the onset, it became apparent that the continent Africa stands at a pivotal moment, facing multifaceted obstacles such as food insecurity, financial and fiscal constraints, escalating debt burdens, and adverse effect of climate change. However, amidst these challenges lie immense opportunities for transformative changes. Your Excellencies, the key recommendations emerged from our discussions highlighted the urgent need for structural reforms to revive growth, enhance resilience, and optimize fiscal and monetary policies. We underscored the importance of accelerating regional integration initiatives through full implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area and Single African Air Transport Market to drive the competitiveness and reduce the cost of doing business across the continent of Africa. Moreover, we emphasize the imperative of defining and leading the establishment of inclusive green transition priorities, harnessing innovative financing mechanisms and leveraging African abundant natural resources and fund sustainable development objectives. This necessitates not only the adoption of the green policies, but also the reforms of the global financial architecture to reduce Africans' debt burden and facilitate inclusive economic growth. As we reflect on the outcomes of the experts' meeting and prepare for the ministerial segment, I'm confident that the recommendation put forward will serve as a blueprint for the consideration and action, guiding our collective efforts towards a more prosperous, sustainable, and resilient Africa. Your Excellencies, as we strive to promote sustainable recovery and development in Africa, this year's Conference of Ministers provides us with rare opportunity to develop authentic ideas and solutions for implementation of on our continent. In our capacity as the outgoing chair, Uganda would also like to highlight our major concern regarding the unilateral and other sanctions imposed on the member states and international organizations, often applied to our member states without prior consultations with the African Union. In fact, the heads of state and government at the Assembly meeting of the 35th Ordinary Session of the African Union held in February 2022 underscored the principle of subsidiarity that ought to be respected. It is important for the international community to engage with the African Union before taking such decisions that have negative impacts on the economies and the overall well-being of the common citizens in different countries. We also wish to highlight the importance of addressing the specific needs for the women and youth as a way of addressing some of the structural root causes and drivers of the conflict in Africa, including through putting in place policies that would contribute to positively build peace-building efforts, including socioeconomic empowerment. We would like to propose to this very important August House that areas like youth and women empowerment, skills development, and vocational training could be used to foster the education and skills of the women. We would also like to propose promoting entrepreneurship amongst the women and the youth, who are the greater population of this continent. Your Excellency would also urge member states that it would be important for us to engage the women and the youth in political engagement that are productive. As member states of the AU, we ask the ECA to develop and implement policies that are dedicated to the women and the youth to facilitate their constructive engagement through including them through dedicated programs and projects, only not in the local area, but also nationally, regionally, and this would make a difference in the continent. Your Excellency, before we conclude, I would like to use this opportunity to thank the outgoing Bureau that because of them we achieved what we are trying to put today before you, Your Excellency. And Your Excellency, amongst these Bureau members, allow me to briefly mention them. Uganda as the chair, the first vice chair as South Africa, second vice chair Morocco, the Kingdom of Morocco, Third Vice Chair, Equatorial Guinea, and the rapporteur was Senegal. Your Excellency, would like to thank you for this opportunity that Uganda was given to chair this important bureau, and I say all this for God and my country. Thank you.